Yes, the four-states own Friday Night Fights with Mid-States Wrestling, Bubba. Mr. Saturday Night. I am Howie, and we're here to provide you action every Friday night. Mr. Saturday Night, let's talk some history.
Are you guys tired? You guys want to do some more?
Come on, man, let's
We're just
do it.
getting started.
Talk about history, man. So think about this. Joplin has such a rich history of Memorial Hall. We're going to have material for years and years to come. But I went back in the wayback machine.
In the way back.
All the way to
Way
April
back.
7th, 1962, Joplin Memorial Hall. Now, we talked last segment about the Royal Rumble. You picked Seth, right?
I think so, yeah. Sure.
I got to go with Punk. Look in my eyes.
He's back. He's back.
But there are 30 competitors involved in that match.
That's a little different from this, right?
1962, your main event, 6 competitors.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Louis Tillet defeated Big Boy Brown, Frankie Kane, Great Bolo. Aren't you related to him?
Who is the Great Bolo? I remember the Great Bolo.
Jesse James, and of course,
Juan Humberto.
in a 6-man battle royal, of course, April 7th, 1962. Guys, what was the first event that you guys were at?
Bubba hit him.
The thing is, Memorial Hall is the first time I ever saw a live event was at Memorial Hall. My Uncle Randy, the old Rando, took me. We saw
Randarito.
Bulldog Bob Brown defeat the Bruiser Brody in a mayhem event that took place throughout the entire Memorial Hall.
Yeah.
And it really was one of the things that really locked me into wrestling for life.
My
I love
grandma took me to my first wrestling match down at the Neosho Civic Center.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
I forget exactly who it was. I was a young laddie.
Yeah.
But my grandma,
a wee lad.
My grandma loved wrestling. She dated a wrestler when she was younger one time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a true story.
Was
Was it The Rock?
Mr. Saturday Night?
Was it The Rock?
Well, we got a lot of explaining to do here.
Your first one was
Well, actually, I'm lucky enough. I've got the graphic right here.
What?
Ethan, the director, would you kindly throw that up?
That's it.
WCW 1994.
Wow.
Barry Windham and
Look at
Dustin Rhodes against beautiful Bobby Eaton. I've got some great Bobby stories that I'll be sharing on the show. And, of course, a gentleman that, of course, may be known for beer swilling, saying a few dirty words.
Who's that?
That's him.
He was known as Stunning then,
Yeah.
but today you know him as Stone Cold Steve
about
Austin.
that?
Wow.
Main evented that card on Friday, January 24th. I was there. Of course, look at the other name.
It's a whole-
Sting versus Rick Rude.
It's a whole card
The
of Hall of
Steiner
Famers.
brothers versus Cactus Jack. You guys know him as Mankind, world
Cactus Jack,
champion.
Dude Love,
Mr.
you
Hughes,
name
Igante, Big Van Vader, Ron Simmons, Johnny B. Bad, and of course, Richard Morton, which we all know as the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. First card, 1994. And
It's Vader time. I love Big Van Vader.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
I love it. I love all the slogans that the wrestlers use. They become so famous as
That's
their
right.
handles.
And
don't
you're
they?
still working on yours. What are you going to go with?
Let's get it on.
That's his song.
Come on, all right, you got to spit a little bit.
Okay,
Some
well,
spittle. You know what I mean?
Ours is only showing 3D.
And you're going to see a lot of legends. And I tell you what, you never know who's going to show up here on Friday Night Fights. Maybe a legend like, say, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Ethan, director, cue up that graphic if he's available.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
That's right, on an upcoming show. That's right. We will have Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, talking
right.
about his history of wrestling, how he's involved, and all that. So
Love it.
There you go.
you just got to watch.
It's a Friday Night Fights with Mid-States Wrestling providing the action along with these two on your TV. Let's get it on.